The Galaxy S26 might not be the same phone everywhere, and if you're in Europe, that could be a problem. According to new leaks, Samsung might be bringing back a controversial move we've seen before, offering different processors in different markets. After giving us a fully unified lineup with the Galaxy S25 series powered entirely by Qualcomm's Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 for Galaxy, Samsung could be walking back that decision with the Galaxy S26. Here's what the latest leaks suggest. Samsung is planning to equip the Galaxy S26 with its own in-house Exynos 2600 chip, but only in select regions like Europe. Meanwhile, users in North America and Asia are expected to get the more powerful and efficient Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. And yes, that means European users might be getting the short end of the stick. The alleged reason behind this split? Production issues. More specifically, Samsung's new 2nm manufacturing process for the Exynos 2600 reportedly has low yields right now. So instead of putting the chip in all models globally, Samsung is likely limiting its use to one region. Europe. It's a move that's raising eyebrows and frustrations, especially for fans who remember the Galaxy S22 series. Back then, European users got the Exynos 2200, while other regions received the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1. And the consensus? The Snapdragon model was simply better, in both performance and battery efficiency. This history of inconsistent performance across regions led to heavy criticism, particularly from European users. And that criticism eventually led Samsung to change course with the Galaxy S23 series, offering the same Snapdragon chip in all models globally. But the company didn't fully stick with that strategy. With the Galaxy S24, Samsung once again split the lineup, although less dramatically. Then came the S25, bringing back the all-Snapdragon setup across the board, offering hope that the days of chip inconsistency were behind us. Now that hope might be short-lived. If these leaks are accurate, we're looking at a repeat of the same pattern, Snapdragon for some, Exynos for others. Specifically, rumors indicate that only the base Galaxy S26 and S26 Plus will have the Exynos 2600 in Europe. The top-tier Galaxy S26 Ultra is expected to keep the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4 globally, but that still doesn't answer the big question. Why is Europe always the one to get the Exynos version? Unfortunately, there's no clear answer. One possibility is supply chain management. Samsung might simply find it easier or more cost-effective to use its own chips in regions where regulations or logistics allow for it. Another theory is internal cost structures. Samsung might be trying to cut costs by using Exynos where it can, especially when supply of Snapdragon chips is tight or expensive. However, none of this is confirmed. Samsung has made no official statement about the Exynos 2600 or its 2026 chip strategy, so everything right now is based on leaks and industry whispers. Still, the sources have a decent track record, and considering Samsung's past behavior, this rumor seems very plausible. So, what does this mean for consumers? Well, if you're in a region like the US or parts of Asia, you're probably getting the best Samsung has to offer, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4, with top-tier performance and efficiency. But if you're in Europe and you're not planning to buy the Ultra model, you might end up with a phone that's technically less powerful, and that's a tough pill to swallow when you're paying flagship prices. Let's be clear, the Exynos 2600 might not be a bad chip. We won't know for sure until real-world testing happens. But history hasn't been kind to Samsung's in-house processors, and many users are rightfully skeptical. The performance gap between Exynos and Snapdragon chips in previous years has often been noticeable, with Exynos models suffering from lower battery life, overheating issues, and even camera performance discrepancies. So unless Samsung has made a major leap forward with the Exynos 2600 and can prove it, this move might feel like a step backwards, at least for European fans. The real question is, can Samsung afford to keep doing this? In a world where competitors like Apple and Google offer consistent hardware across the globe, Samsung's strategy could be seen as unfair, even anti-consumer. For now, we'll have to wait for official confirmation. But if you're considering buying a Galaxy S26 next year, pay close attention to which chip your region is getting. It might just make a big difference in your day-to-day experience and in the value you're getting for your money. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to the official Galaxy S26 launch.